$10,000 when buying a Toyota SUV, specifically the Toyota RAV4. Skip to
9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, I left a little space there. That way I could go back in and voice over it and tell you what time you should go to. But for the rest of the people that are interested in the story, let's get started. Wagons. Wagons are one of the most iconic cars in the world. Families have loved wagons forever. People love wagons. But when it comes to Toyota, there haven't really been a lot of wagons. I mean, of course, we've had the Toyota Camry wagons in the 1990s, but they were bad. They're just not modern enough to be considered when buying a new vehicle, right? And you want that extra, right? You want the benefits of a wagon, right? You want that extra space in the back. You want the good fuel economy of a car. Those are all reasons why people buy wagons. So now, the hidden vehicle that we're talking about is a Toyota wagon that is not a Camry wagon. And well, I'm not going to let too much off about it, but it is not called a Toyota Camry wagon. And we're going to look at some photos of it. So this is the interior of it. What car would this be? This is a Toyota interior. What car is this? It's got a stick-up screen like the rest of them. It's got a pretty Toyota-esque interior. What car is it? Here's another photo of it. Is it a RAV4? Is it like an older version of a RAV4? Maybe that's the car that we're talking about today. Because it's got RAV4 / Highlander wheels. Maybe this is a foreign car, right? What could it be? This is the Toyota Venza, one of the best cars you can buy from Toyota. It is a lean, mean Toyota machine. This thing has a V6 and all-wheel drive. That's right, for the first generation, which ran between 2009 and 2015, for every single model year, you could get an available V6 and all-wheel drive. And it's a wagon. So that V6 is going to make up for the power that you lose, and you have a lovely, luxury-filled, leather-esque Toyota interior. This car was so nice. It was like a Lexus. Like, when you get into this, you're going to notice that the stitching, the quality of this vehicle is really, really nice. Even on the base trim level, you know, with the radio and everything, you still get leather. Everything was really well put together, fits well. It has a bit of a weird interior shape. But is that the worst thing on the planet? No, it's not. It's just a little bit odd. But it's not bad. It doesn't hinder the functionality at all. And it was a really, really, really neat vehicle. Another big, gaping reason why you should buy this. Look at this. Look at all the storage space. You even have handles to push the seats down if you want to. If you want extra storage. And you can see all the storage you get there. So you get the comfort of a Toyota Camry with the build quality of a Lexus and the V6 all-wheel drive power of a decently priced Toyota Tundra. That's right. Now, let's look at some pamphlets here, right? Because whenever we find a car, we love to look at the pamphlet. That's what, the car manufacturer has set out for this vehicle. That's what they want you to see about the vehicle. And they know the car a lot better than I do because, well, they made it. For the 2009 Venza, the first year it came out, there's not a whole lot to note here. Sorry, my voice, I always have to blow my nose to keep my voice clear. Otherwise, my nose plugs up again and again. Blah, 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 blah. That's what's happening right now. So just try and ignore it. My voice is going to get more and more just blah, 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 as the video goes on, right? So, again, you can see it. It was offered in a front-wheel drive 4-cylinder if you want something a little bit weaker. But still, all these are amazing. For interior colors, you have fabric. Fabric was an option. But then you had the lovely, nice, smooth leather. For exterior colors, you had plenty. Very good car, 2012. Similar story. Not a whole lot that they say about this. Just a car. The interior of the car. And, some features. Something that you can find. And then, of course, the builds for the car. Now, you had two different wheel options here. You had, the 4-cylinder standard wheels, and then you had the V6 standard wheels. So there was really only one trim level of this, and it was either the LE, XLE Unlimited, or the main way that those two were split up was it either had a V4 or V6, right? Very, very nice. You could see ivory and light gray leather. A lot of these are optioned with leather because why not, right? Also, alloy green metallic. Alloy. It's very rare, and if you could find one of those, it'll be great. Like I said, you get excellent storage space, and a lot of people are very wary of buying older cars, right? They're afraid that the maintenance is going to overpower them. The age of the vehicle will hinder its capability. I'm here to tell you no. Go out and buy this. Modern-day Toyotas suck. Most of them suck. They absolutely stink. They are General Motors Stellantis levels of incompetency because Toyota just can't figure it out. They have new CEOs, new people in place that have no idea what the honor of craftsmanship and making decent cars is. Don't buy a new Toyota. Buy this. Now, 2015, wow, 9 years ago, that's an old car. But I assure you, This car will run like the day it was brand new. Just test drive one, and you'll find how older Toyotas hold up incredibly well. You want to know it? If it was up to me, every person that walked into a Toyota dealership should walk away with a 1991 Lexus LS. That, like, the older Toyotas are the most reliable and the best Toyotas. And you want something in the middle, and this is a great example of that. And you get a V6 and all-wheel drive, which is not something you usually get with more reliable Toyotas. Remember, this is a Camry. This isn't just some sort of, it's a Toyota model. It's not a Camry. This is a Camry at heart. It has Camry parts. It drives like a Camry with that added boost of a V6. Why do you think they gave it a V6? Because it's a Camry. You know, why not? If the engine bay and everything and the shape of the car already would fit and accommodate a V6 and the platform would, why not give it a V6? This is essentially a modern-day Toyota Camry wagon. Now, it's crossover fine, but this really is a wagon, right? You can see it. It's great. 2015, Toyota decided, well, I guess we care about the vehicle enough to give it a manual. And so they decided to. So we get a lovely picture of it here. I love those wheels. I love the way this car looks. You could just see how functional Toyota designed this to be. Like, modern day new cars, they're so useless. They're awful. They're horrid. They're not reliable. You can't use them at all because everything is locked by a password or a subscription service. And like I said, they just fall apart. They're crap. This very, very, very nice car. Everything functions, everything works. If you happen to have an old iPod lying around, it'll work with it as well. Just a very nice working system here. You can even see it's got some really, really, really cool charades to allow you to see under that. It's really neat. And then you've got your glove box there, and then your little slider so that you can slide that back. It's an amazing car. It's great. And there are some more sporty trims, but me personally, I would get the Limited with the great leather. And another thing that you don't notice, this is really a Lexus. Like, I believe they had the Lexus team work on this at one point. You can see there's, like, black stitching in this. There's contrast stitching. That's something a Toyota gets, much less off-to-the-side Toyota Camry wagon knockoff, right? Again, a great car. This entire thing slides back for more optimal storage space, and it's just a classy car. You know, you've got the wood, you've got the silver, you've got everything. Lovely leather it's designed and accommodated to fit actual people. Now, there is one thing about this car that I should mention, and that this car is not, I repeat, it is not based on the, let's say we have the 9th generation, 8th, 7th, 6th. This is based on the 6th generation, which ran from 2007 through 2012. That's what this car is based off of. So when you see these seats, it's got the same shaped seats as that Camry. Now, if you knew that Camry, you'd be a little bit suspicious here because that Camry had a lot of issues, right? That's why I'm warning you about this. But actually, no. These Venzas have proved to be very reliable and not show that Camry's issues. I made a video on that Camry a very, very long time ago, like a month. For this channel. This channel's only been around like a month, so that's a while ago for me. If you watch that, you'll find out all the issues with it, what to watch out for. But from what I've seen, these Venzas hold up like tanks. They do not have any of that, Toyota whitey stuff. And they've even put wood in your back console, and you even get little vents there. Isn't that lovely? Again, a very nice vehicle. Make every getaway a clean one. Just a very nice car. Very clean. And you also have a backup camera and features that you want. My favorite thing about this car's tech is the multi-information display. So you have this regular screen. This is where you do all your touching, the stuff that you need to touch. And then up at the top, buried away, you can still see it, but it's not a touch screen. You don't really interact with it. Is this screen. And it just shows you stuff that will always be there, like your temperature, the time, the exterior temperature. Think of it as kind of like your gauge cluster screen, but for the whole car, right? Very nice. You could get dual sunroofs. Toyota likes to do that a lot on their oddball vehicles. The Prius V also had it. And again, speaking of V6, great intelligent all-wheel drive system. These are just an amazing car. Now, unfortunately, this generation was discontinued in 2016. But Toyota brought it back, which is what brings us to the 2nd generation Toyota Venza. Now, looking at this, you're probably going, well, isn't that modern-day Toyota garbage, right? Why? Why is this car worth any value? Why should I buy this car? Because I think you should buy this car right now. This is the hack. Buy this car. Why? Why is this car so amazing? Well, I don't know. Well, if you look around, it's got tech features. It's a modern-day Toyota. Then would that make it unreliable, right? And it's also hybrid only and a crossover. It's not a wagon anymore. So you don't get the benefits of it being a wagon. And it's hybrid only, which means you get better gas mileage. but you don't get the big whirly grrr V6. Now, it is also all-wheel drive, which means you have dual motors, which is neat. It's neat. And then you've got yeah, you see it, 2024. It was actually recently discontinued for the Crown Signia wagon, bringing wagons back. This was like the only not wagon Venza. You could just see it. It's just a normal car. So why should you buy this? Well, let's look at the pamphlet first. I mean, it's just a Toyota. It's a modern-day Toyota. So why? You know, it gets 40 miles per gallon. That's really good. It's fine. It's hybrid only. You know, very, very decent. Except, let's look at some Toyota RAV4 prices. You probably want, oh yeah, Toyota RAV4. Very, very nice. Very classy. You probably want a Toyota RAV4. A Toyota RAV4 is Toyota's most popular SUV and best-selling SUV. So this is a RAV4 Limited all-wheel drive, $32,000 dues. This is a RAV4 Hybrid XSE all-wheel drive, $33,000 dues. And when we look at the photos here, look at that interior. It's got a small screen and a partially digital gauge cluster. Meanwhile, the Venza is also a hybrid, has a more competent everything. It is overall a nicer vehicle. And then you've got the RAV4 Hybrid XLE all-wheel drive for $35,000. So, you know, it's neat, right? Isn't it neat? 2 hybrids, 1 non-hybrid, and they're all over $30,000. And these all are in Oregon. This is the dealership that I bought my Prius from. These are all cars for sale in Oregon. And this is the average price on Ontario, Oregon. Yes, there is an Ontario, Oregon, and yes, I live in Ontario, Oregon. Anyway, $33,000, right? That's just recap, 32 and 35. Well, what if I was able to tell you that on a cool, rainy day, if a dealer is feeling particularly just, and they come across a Toyota Venza from 2020 or 2021, and they think, well, this car's been discontinued, it's hybrid with all-wheel drive, but everyone wants a RAV4, so I guess we'll just mark it down and get it off the lot. And if you come across those circumstances, you could buy a Toyota Venza for a very low amount of money. Now, before I reveal how cheap these are, let's look at this one, which is the one that you would be realistically buying here. You've got a wide touchscreen with the latest Toyota technology. You've got a partially digital gauge cluster. You've got a very nice modern, one of the most modern interiors Toyota has ever done. This is the XLE, which means you get a leather interior, you know, all electric seats, you know, everything is very polished in this vehicle. 2 charging spots and a wireless charger. And wood. You get wood. It's a lovely vehicle. And, you know, it may not be a wagon anymore, but it still has more room than that Camry. And these cars, believe it or not, first of all, they are more reliable than the RAV4. And second of all, these are also based on the Camry. So how much do you think this vehicle cost? Because if those other RAV4s can, you know, okay, I'll be honest with you. I have not seen a hybrid RAV4 or anything lower than or anything higher than an LE for sale under $30,000 in Oregon. I have not. In a very long time. $25,000. $25,000. Now you may think I'm hiding something here. Kind of. There is one thing wrong with this particular car. It's got at least 1 accident or damage reported. Let's look at another car. This one's an LE, not an XLE. This is 1 owner. It is, belief certified, and it has never been in an accident. Let's look. Smaller touchscreen, but it's the same one you get in the RAV4. You still get dual zone climate control. You just don't get those fun touch capacitive buttons. You get, in my opinion, nicer looking, better wheels. You get all the benefits of the same one, and it's still an all-wheel drive hybrid. Now, this does have a cloth interior, but so sad. You could get that swapped out for leather if you really want. It's a lovely vehicle, and it's a new Toyota, and $28,000, slightly more expensive, but remember, this only has 39,000 miles. It hasn't even reached 50,000 miles yet, and like I said, this vehicle is pristine. No accidents, personal use only, and a 1-owner vehicle. Seriously. Here's another one. Another LE. Just great. Hybrid. All-wheel drive. Amazing vehicle. 40 miles to the gallon. And yet they're selling it for incredibly low prices. You can see, it's not a bad car. There's nothing wrong with these cars. They're just not selling for that much. $22,000 with 16,000 miles. 16,000 miles. 16,000 miles! 16,000 miles. 16,000 for $22,000. Buy it. Just buy it. Just buy it. These are so reliable. They are such good cars. That's how you save money when buying a Toyota. Buy a Venza. And definitely don't buy one of these more expensive ones. If it's over 30 grand, it's not worth it. Now it's time for me to address the elephant in the room. You're probably asking this. You probably think I'm some stupid fetus on the internet, being stupid or something like that. I mean, even at Carvana, which is hilariously overpriced, is still under $30,000, which is still what you're getting, better than what you're getting for the dealerships, right? So, if this car came out in 2021, and the other vehicles, I'd say these other three they're not far off. What year is it? 2020. So this is a year older. And this has held its value increasingly well, and this one has appeared to have dumped it all in $22,000. Will depreciation of these vehicles be an issue? Yes, it will. This is the big issue with these vehicles. They will depreciate, but don't click off yet, because ask yourself, truly, are you really going to buy a car to hope you can sell it and get money out of it? Like, it's not going to be like you're going to have to pay for someone to take it away from you. It's still a hybrid all-wheel drive car. Right? But yes, they will depreciate. They've already depreciated when you buy these. They've been discontinued. The model has been discontinued. Even worse for a new model. But you may think parts will be an issue. I can guarantee that they will not. The Toyota Camry has been around forever, and since this uses Toyota Camry parts, those will be easy to find. Now, the interior bits will be a little bit wonky and weird to find, but I'm sure Toyota will keep making them for at least a few years to kind of stock up on them, right? So that's the hack. With that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And wow, my voice isn't that awful.